So we're out here at Ford Fest for NMRA Finals. I started the season in Bradenton. I won the first race with this car after I changed it to twin turbo. Bill Jones, most people call me Bam, retired Air Force, did 20 years. You know, I've been racing since I was in high school. I got away from it when I first joined the Air Force, being deployed overseas. When I got back stateside, I got into it, got my son into it, my dad into it. Originally, I built this car for my dad to race, and then when his health went away, my son started driving my car, and I started driving this. Originally, it was just a 302 with a 4-speed, nothing fancy. It was all primer gray when we bought it, and that's why we called it the Dirty Bird, because it was a mess. It's gone through a lot of changes. I started out as a 13-second car, went to a 10-second car, then a 9-second car, then a high 8 car. Now probably could run low 7s if I turned it all the way up out the quarter. It's a small block, 8.2 deck, 367 cubic inches. I've got all the MSD grid stuff, which really helped make this turbo combination to where I can make it consistent enough to run index and also just control it. It's not quite as good as EFI being carbureted, but pretty much levels the playing field with a carburetor if you can manipulate the ignition per cylinder and timing over boost and, you know, launch control or launch retard and power management with it. It was a game changer for me with the turbo and blow through stuff. I won the championship in this car in 2014. Back then it was nitrous assisted, 363. I won the championship again in 2020 with this car. It was 351 cubic inches and a single 80mm turbo. And then in 2020 I took it down and the car had gotten fast, so I redid the whole front suspension, cut the front end off, put an AGE front suspension in it with Fox body struts and spindles and a rack and pinion, made it a little bit safer for going fast. And then changed it to twin turbo and more cubes, bigger heads and turbo 400. We think it makes probably around 1,500 horsepower when we're turned all the way up. Today we're only raking about 16 to 17. Normally, if we're doing heads up stuff, will be 30, 34. Non-intercooled on E85.